Whether you are seeing it for the very first time or you're back to enjoy the familiar story once again, the Tony Award-winning musical Chicago is a classic. The Nashville Repertory Theater production is on stage right now at TPAC. So we want to find out about more on this production. Renee Copeland is here, director, and Jennifer Wickham-Oliva is here. She's getting rave reviews for her role as Mama Morton. Good to have you all with us.
It's nice to be here
today.
Hi, thank you for having us.
All right, for those, believe it or not, I've not seen Chicago.
It's time you took care of that.
Yeah, I know. So for folks like me, what's the story all about?
Well, it's basically a story that centers on a character named Roxy Hart, who is an aging wannabe chorus girl who murders her husband. Now, this takes place in the roaring 20s of Chicago. Okay. And during that time, apparently, if you murder your husband, you can be a celebrity. And so the whole show is sort of a satire on that idea that, you know, these criminal women are actually all trying to figure out how to make to get the benefit from their celebrity of now their famous murderesses. And Jennifer plays the woman who runs the prison where these famous murderesses are kept.
And so you play Mama Morton, so that's a good transition into you. What do you love about playing Mama Morton?
Oh, Mama is so much fun. She's really she's gruff, she's tough, but there's something that is really playful about her, and I just really like being able to walk on stage with that much power and presence. She's just really fun. She's a fun character.
Now, with the show that's so well known for most folks with this, and the movies that have been done, do you just have to put that away and say, you know what, no matter what I've seen or what folks have seen before, I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to own it as my own? Absolutely,
absolutely. I think it would make it a little more difficult if you were trying to do something that someone else has already done, or kind of inhabit that other person that's already played that role too. You just have to put it from your mind and give them something new.
Yeah, and Chicago lends itself to being done a lot of different ways. Just the way it's structured, you can kind of have a different take on it. So our take on it is that we've set it in a 1920s roaring, the roaring 20s nightclub. And so it's treated as if it's sort of a big floor show for a nightclub during 1928.
And speak about that, because one of the great things with the Rep is y'all got that very intimate theater down there. So you can really take this and put the audience in this nightclub.
Yeah, we really wanted to take the whole room over and make it feel like when you step into the theater, actually stepping into this nightclub. So there's scenic treatment out all the way from wall to wall to wall to wall, and there's cabaret tables just like there would be in a nightclub, an orchestra on stage, one of the best group of musicians you'll ever hear playing this spectacular music. And so when you step into it, it's kind of like stepping back into time. Just come back with us to 1928 and see this floor show.
So for you then, do you get to feed off of that intimate setting?
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, with this production, I think one thing that makes it so special is that the actors are actually allowed to play with the audience. So they're in the setting, they're there in the 20s, and we're talking to them and we're singing to them, and we literally, I think the audience and the performers were feeding off of each other.
Good. And this show also has some great songs. Talk about a couple of the classic songs from this one.
Well, I think everyone's heard the song All That Jazz, which is the opening number for the song, and of course the great song that Jennifer gets to sing, When You're Good to Mama, is also a well-known song, especially among musical theater heads. If you know anything about musical theater at all, you know a lot of these numbers are great fun.
And so I'm assuming so far audiences have loved it, and it's been fantastic for you.
Audiences have been awesome.
I'm really jealous because she's there every time, and now that the show's open, I don't have to be there every night. But that's got to be fun for you to be playing with the audience every single night.
It's great, and the audiences are completely different every single night too, which is it's fun to gauge, because you kind of can't. We just come on stage and we're like, what is it going to be like tonight? But they are always terrific. They're just really terrific audiences.
Keep showing your toes.
It's the joy of life.
Yes.
Well, thank you both for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
All right, so you can see Chicago on stage at TPAC's Johnson Theater through April 16th. You'll find ticket information and more details online at NashvilleRep.org.